Hello happy people, how are you? Welcome to Linda Tina TV. If it's not your first time here, you must be wondering where the hell am I am in the mountains. You can see the snow from here. I don't know if you can see the views. Really nice views out there, really amazing. So yeah, we're here on a mini break and I was taking my walk. I thought I could film a video. I've been trying to do sit down videos, but time and the whole setting up camera and light and all that, sometimes it's a lot. But I was here, the lighting seems okay. I am not made up or anything, so just looking basic, but that's fine. What's important is the message in the video. And as you have already seen from the title, I'm going to be talking about adult friendships and friendships in general. Now you guys, I am big on friendships, and I mean strong platonic relationships with your girlfriends, with women who really make you a better person, who are your safe space. I am big on that. I have been blessed. I know it's a blessing because not everyone has it. I have been blessed with a good circle of friends. I'm going to be focusing on women friendships because I feel like every woman deserves to have a woman in her circle that is her friend. And I don't mean friend the way people use it these days, not acquaintances, not people you know, not people you hang out with, but people who are your tribe. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. I don't have a script for this video, so if the conversation is all over the place, just try to keep up with me. Also because I just want it to be like an engagement with you guys, also to know what you guys think about the things I'm going to mention, things I'm going to talk about. So I remember when I was younger, my mom always said that as you get older, your circle becomes smaller. I have always had so many friends. I'm putting it in quotes because I mean friends, but also people I know. I'm social. I like to talk to people. I love people generally, and so I've always had a very big group of friends. I always brought home new people. I can talk to the guy next to me on the train with no problem. So yeah, I've always been that person, and making friends wasn't ever really a problem. And I remember even my sister used to give me these warnings about be careful about the people you surround yourself with, because you surround yourself with too many people, so it becomes difficult to sieve out who is for you and who is not for you. And I know when you're younger, these things all seem like whatever, but yeah, that's how my circle has been, just to give you an understanding like where I'm coming from, because maybe you're an introvert, or maybe you don't make friends easily, or maybe you have a different view on how many people you should have closer to you. I've seen on the internet people saying, oh, if you have very many friends you can't be trusted, or I've seen people saying quality over quantity, which I agree with. I don't totally agree with the thing about having very many friends and so you can't be trusted. We are different. Some people make friends easily. Some people attract more people. Some people are more into themselves. Some people are, are introverts. It's different for everyone. So I don't totally agree with that part. But I do agree with quality over quantity. And yeah, so my history of friendships, I have always had a few close friends, but not really a best friend until much later in life. I have not really had big fallouts with people, like friends, like those big friendship breakups, because friendship breakups are also real. We all focus a lot on romantic breakups, but friendship breakups are real. They're so real. They hurt like a bitch. They hurt. And I've had one of those. So I am still friends with my childhood friends, even if our lives have taken different paths. I am still very close to my friend who was my best friend in high school. We are still very much in touch, even if we live far apart and we don't, share so many aspects in life, our way of living, lifestyle and all that, because we are totally living different lives. But she's still very, very, very dear to my heart. And then growing up, I made new friends, obviously, into into adulthood. I have had one friendship breakup maybe that I can speak of, really. And that is someone that I knew since high school. And, you know, as we grew and I moved away from home, we kind of grew apart. No, actually 2 friendship breakups that have been a bit significant. Yeah, so we grew apart, but then when I got married and had kids, the friendship just kind of, you know, fell apart. Like we without any conversation, without anything happening, we just grew apart and basically stopped talking. And that friendship hurt because the friends that I had towards the end of high school into uni were literally like my sisters. Like, we shared clothes, they slept in my bed, we shared beds, we shared everything. They were my sisters, my family loves them. And so for me, those breakups were, yeah, they pinched a bit. They did. So this friendship just kind of evaporated. We reconnected later and we talked about it. We saw things differently at that time, and unfortunately we didn't communicate what we were feeling at that time, and things just kind of evaporated. Then the other friendship, it's sort of the same thing that happened. We kind of grew apart, but we were always in touch. And then for me, this person was really like my sister, but then she went through a life, you know, a life event that I thought was so important, and they didn't share it with me. And it felt as if they actually intended to keep it away from me. So that hurt me. And I'll tell you why that friendship also kind of just, I still care about this person. Maybe they still care about me. I don't know. But it hurt because it goes back to how I view friendship. And I'm going to talk about that. So I think when you make friends with people, it's very important to know where you stand with them and have these open conversations and communicate very clearly and very directly about everything. It sounds like a no-brainer, but so many things that are left unsaid actually damage relationships, because in those relationships, in those friendships that I've talked about, so many things that were left unsaid changed the dynamics of the relationship, and the friendship just died out. You know, it died out. And sometimes, most times, after the friendship has died out and you have gone through very many other life milestones and events, it's hard to bring back the connection, because part of friendship is going through things together. And that's why that friendship that I talked about hurt, because this was something we've talked about, something we've discussed, and for them to feel like I didn't deserve a part in that was painful. And I know this may sound like, oh, it's not all about you. Actually, that's why when this happened and I tried to have that conversation with this person, and I saw that to them it didn't mean a thing for them not to omit that information, and I just, you know, saw it on the internet with the rest of the world. When I saw that it didn't mean that much to them, I realized that you know, we are different, and this is not about me, and I shouldn't make it about me. And so I wished her well, and I didn't even try to go so much deeper. Why didn't you tell me all of that? Because then it would be making it about me. And honestly, I felt like, no, it's not about me. She's going through something that's amazing, and if she didn't feel like I needed to know, and I needed to find out with the rest of the internet, then fine, that's okay. So yeah. Anyway, so that was just to give you a background story on how I feel about friendships and my personal experiences. Growing up, becoming a woman, I started having children. I moved to Italy, Milan, and I made new friends. And some friendships that were not that deep back then became closer, you know. So my closest friends right now, my inner circle, because I have many friends, and I'm not afraid to admit it, you know, because when I read things about friendship, they make it seem like when you have many friends, or when you call many people your friends, you are, you know, you can't be trusted, or you know, where is your loyalty? And for me, it's not like that, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, and then I'll go back to then my friendships as an adult, as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, and as a person living in the diaspora, as a foreigner, you know, because it all comes into play. It all comes into play. It all comes into play in the people you meet and how you relate with them. But for me, why I think you can have many friends and still be a good friend. I would like to think I'm a good friend. I would like to think I'm a good friend because I'm very intentional about my friendships. And I love hard. This goes across my friendships, my family, my romantic relationships. When I love deep. I express myself. I'm not one who holds back my feelings. When I love you, I feel like you'll know. And that's why if someone who is my friend doesn't know that I care about them and I love them, it actually hurts me because I'm like, really? I show you. Why don't you see it? So there is a disconnect. If you don't feel it and you don't see it, there is a disconnect, you know, because I know that I express and I say to people that I love, that I do, and I'm open about that. Just like when I'm not feeling something, you'll know, because my attitude is just gonna change. So how I am able to have many friends and to have quite a number to have quite a number of people in my circle and my inner circle is because I can how do you say, what's that word, put different people in different categories, you know. And I think that's fine. I have friends that I talk to about motherhood. I have friends that I share with about living abroad, and particularly living in Italy. That's how I got close to one of my best friends. You know, we are best friends and we talk about Italy because we are both Ugandans living in Italy, raising our kids here. No one will ever understand me the way she does. And even my own family, they can't understand me the way my friend does, in terms of living in Italy, raising kids in Italy, being married to an Italian. And so I needed that kind of friend, and that's a big part of what our friendship grew on, you know. And then I have friends who are just fun when I'm spending time with them. I have Brazilian friends here in Italy that are just, oh my God, they light me up. They light me up. We cook together. We do cocktails together. We just have a vibe that's, it's just a vibe, you know. And I need these friends because I like to get out into that high spirit thing, and sometimes some other friends of mine are not like that, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know, and that's fine. So I have those friends, you know, we relate on a different level. And then I have friends who we talk about other deeper sentimental, emotional things because they get me like that. I know that sometimes I'm too much in my feelings. I'm too sensitive. I'm too emotional about things. And sometimes it's too much for certain types of people. Some people are not wired like that, and you're going to be a lot for them, honestly. And that's the part people don't understand. Not everyone is ready or made to listen to all your problems, to listen to what has gone wrong, and to not everyone is wired like that. Sometimes people are going through their own things, or they just take on too much from other people, and so you adding that to them, they can't handle it, you know. They can't handle it, or they don't get it. They just don't get it like that. And so that is also another category of friends. Of course, I have friends, like my best friends, who like hit all the spots or majority of the spots. For example, let me just give you a silly example. My best friend, she can't stay out long to save her life. Like, she will doze off while you're sitting at a bar having a good time with loud music, and she'll doze off. We went to Santorini for my birthday, and I remember getting with two of my best friends, and I remember getting very mad at them because they wanted to just go back to the apartment and chill and relax. And I was all like, no, come on, let's explore the nightlife here. I like to go out. I've toned it down a lot because I'm getting old. I like to stay home sometimes. You know, like, I'm not so into going out every other weekend, and I don't do that. I don't go out every other weekend, but when I'm outside, you know. And my friends weren't having that, and I got mad at them. I was like, really, you guys are taking me back to the apartment and we are out here in a new place? Let's explore. And that doesn't make them bad friends, but it just means they like different things, and that's fine. So if I have another category of friends who like to, you know, just go out, explore new places, you know, hang out, listen to music, dance, that's fine. That's a different category of friends. So yeah, where was I? I'm mumbling. So I have different types of friends who serve me differently and who I serve differently. And I think that's fine. I have friends who obviously are 100% in all avenues of my life. And those are the most inner circle of mine. Like, those friends will even do things that they don't really like just to be with you or to make you happy, and I'll do the same because we compromise on our friendship. It doesn't mean that we're making each other uncomfortable, but I'm like, you know what, my friend likes to do this. It's not exactly my thing, but let's do it. Then next time we'll do something I like. This time we'll do something you like. Just like it works. You know what's funny? People do this all the time in romantic relationships, but when it comes to platonic relationships, no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to compromise, because why? But then you're going to do it for the opposite sex. You're going to do it for, you know, the other relationship. And maybe this is an unpopular opinion. Romantic relationships are not more important than platonic relationships. Romantic relationships are great. We need them. We want them. We love them. But these platonic relationships, and now talking to the women, your girlfriends, your woman friends, those are people you need in your life. You need those people. I don't care what anybody says. But even the men, if there's some men who are watching this, you need your boys. You need your boys. You need your men. You need people who hold you accountable, you know. And that's the other topic now I'm going to get into. What is a friendship to you? What is friendship to you? Because for me, friendship is holding each other accountable. One, if I'm doing things that you think are not good for me, you're going to sit me down and say, listen, I know you want this, you like it, you enjoy it, but it's not good for you. If I'm seeing someone who you think is not good for me, I usually try not to enter into romantic relationships, because people know better what's going on between them. And you know what? When people are in love, they don't want or need your advice. So it's useless to go into that. But yeah, I will still tell you. So friends that hold each other accountable are friends you want to have in your circle. You said you wanted to do this year. How far have you gone? Pushing you to do better, pushing you to do things that may not be in your comfort zone, but they're good for you. They're steps you need to take. Those are your friends. Second for me is having open conversations. If I have to tiptoe around you, we can't be friends like that. You know, we can't be friends like that. And this is one of the most precious things I have in my circle of friends. My friends know that I'm going to tell you things the way they are. I try to have the best delivery possible, because that matters. It matters a lot. There are people who say, oh, I'm honest, and I say things the way they are. I don't filter things, but they're rude. You're being rude. So it's also delivery, because sometimes these topics are also delicate. So you want to deliver a message in a nice way, in a gentle way, but still say things as they are. If I can't be honest with my friend, you are not my friend. You know, you're not my friend like that. Oh God, my battery is running down. Okay, I went and charged the phone a little bit. And yeah, I should have gotten some gloves. Anyway, I was still talking about what friendship means to me. And the other one is respect. And I'm very big on this. I don't take disrespect in any way. Just because we are friends, just because, you know, we can tell each other anything, it doesn't mean that you should disrespect me and disrespect my space. Just in how we talk to each other, I think it's very important that we respect each other. So that's very big for me. And This I remember damaged one of my relationships with a close friend. She spoke to me in a way that was very disrespectful, at least to me. We had a conversation and the conversation just went sideways, and she tried to call me petty. No, she did call me petty, and I tried to engage deep and express to her that I don't like where that was coming. I don't understand where that was coming from, and I don't like the way she spoke to me, and she saw no problem with that. And for me, we're still friends, but I still remember that episode. And honestly, for me, it changed something there for me. It changed something there for me. I'm not very good at cutting off people, but I will just put you, where you can't do those things to me anymore. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not that kind of person who, okay, you disrespected me or you did this, unless it's in extremes, I'm not going to talk to you again. No, usually I'll just let you be there, but I know where I stand with you. I'll leave you there, but I know where I stand with you, which is the other thing. You need to know where you stand with people, Not every friendship is going to become a sisterhood, And so, yeah, that is respect. And also, back to holding each other accountable. Hold me accountable also for how I treat you, Don't just get mad and disappear. And this is one thing I've done in all my relationships. And sometimes it didn't work out. I tell people when a thing has rubbed me a certain type of way. Now, a bit less, because as an adult now, in my adult friendships, some relationships, I'm like, it's not worth it. If you could treat me that way and you don't see a problem with it, it's even useless to address it. But usually I try to address everything. I'll let you know. I won't leave you there hanging without knowing why I'm having an attitude. I'll let you know that I didn't like the way this played out. And then maybe we can squash it, or maybe we don't, or maybe we can agree to disagree. But even when I treat you badly, I want you to hold me accountable. I'm not perfect. I will not always treat you well. I'll hurt you at some point. We hurt our own children, our parents, our family. So even friends, it can happen. Hold me accountable. Tell me where I've gone wrong. Tell me where I've hurt you. Tell me where I've overstepped my boundaries, And I'll do the same. So for me, that's another very important element of a real friendship, If you care about me, you care about my position in your life. And so you care about mending the things that are not working out properly for us. So yeah, and now shifting the conversation into adult friendships. How have things changed for me? When I talk about adult friendships, I mean, like, let's say friendships in my 30s. Let's categorize the adult friendships as friendships in my 30s now. I'm who I am in friendships. That has never changed. I am who I am. I am a loyal friend. I am honest. I'll tell you things as they are. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. I'll hurt you sometimes. I'll say things sometimes that, I'm also very opinionated. And sometimes, I'm going to say things that maybe I should have kept to myself, or I should have said in a different time or in a different way. I don't know. But at least my friends, people who are my friends, will attest to the fact that I do my best to be there for my friends. I care truly and deeply for anyone who's in my circle. But as I've grown, I've realized that adult friendships can be complicated because, when you're younger, friendships are so pure because there's nothing. You don't have a big job that someone is trying to get closer to you for. You don't have a big house that you don't have that much money that someone is trying to benefit from your wealth, I mean, usually, if you know what I mean. Obviously you could come from a wealthy background, but you know what I mean. Usually as a young person, you just, it's all genuine. And that's why the friendships that I mentioned earlier that I lost hurt me, because we loved each other with nothing, with no ulterior motives. We were just really genuine. When you start meeting people as an adult, you need to really be careful about why people want to be friends with you. And also, I think as an adult, you don't have time to pretend to be what you're not. If I can't be myself around you, I have no business being around you. So in my friendships now as an adult, I really try to be myself, but I'm also very selective in how much time I'm going to spend around people that are not serving me or that I'm not serving. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I'm not trying to impress anyone, honestly. If the way I am is not okay with you, sorry, but find another one. Find another person. I'm so pro changing and being a better person, so don't get me wrong about that. I'm not one of those people, oh, this is how I am, take me as I am, take it or leave it. In some avenues, yes. In some things, it's just the way I am. I'm gonna tell you things that, that are hurting me, because I'm very communicative, and some people don't like that. So if that doesn't roll with you, you can roll away, because what can I do? I communicate, and that's how it is. And I think there's someone for everyone. Every person has a person who fits with them, with the way they are. But also, I feel like friendship shouldn't be difficult. If it's so difficult, I feel you're not aligned. And I know this may not be a very popular opinion, because relationships are hard, but I don't think relationships are hard. Like, even marriages and romantic relationships, they shouldn't be hard. You guys, it's not a popular opinion, I know, but relationships shouldn't be hard. If you are trying so hard to make a relationship work, there is you're not aligned. Disalignment, there is something that's just not aligned, that's not connecting. Challenges will always be there. So it's one thing that we as a couple, we are challenging something. We as friends are having challenges, like we as a couple or we as friends are having challenges, so it's us against this challenge. But if it's us against each other and we are trying to fight to be together, there is something that's just not 100%. This is my opinion, honestly. This is my opinion. So friendships for me should be smooth. We should be able to communicate through things, even the painful things, but be able to smoothly come out of that. We'll get hurt. Our feelings will get hurt, because we're only human, but we should be able to smoothly come out of that, even after the difficult conversations. And one of the best things for me in a relationship and in my friendships as well has been having those difficult conversations where I don't know how to tell her, but we have to talk about this. And then we talk about it and we come out and we're like, oh, that was nice. You feel like something has been lifted off you. And the other thing also with adult friendships, I feel like people are less trusting as you get older. Like I mentioned, because you're not sure why someone is your friend. But I feel like if you can't trust me, then there's something lacking in the relationship. I don't want my friend to doubt my intentions with them, and I don't want to doubt my intentions with someone. Anyway, for me as Linda, if I'm doubting my intentions, I'm not going to be a friend like that. We can know each other, but you won't be in my inner circle. But I've found that I've had friends where even when they're sharing with you, I am a sharer, I'm an oversharer. With my inner circle, I'm going to tell you everything, because for me, that's also part of the friendship. Someone I can rant to about, someone I can tell things that you'd rather not share, but then in your mind, you're like, I need to let this out somewhere. And someone I can share good news with, It's very easy to find people you can share bad news with, because misery likes, what do they call it? How do they say it? Misery likes what? Anyway, when people are miserable, they like to have other people who are miserable with them. But I want that friendship where I can openly tell you my plans and my good news, and I don't feel like, oh my God, there's an evil eye, or I don't feel like, what if they're not happy for me? And I've seen that in some of, not really my close friendships, but people I know, and you really see someone is scared to tell you about their big news and their good news and their plans. And for me, that already puts you in a category of, we're friends, but yeah, we're more like acquaintances. If you think that I could sabotage your good news, then are we friends, So it's also a level of trust, I want to be comfortable with my friends where I can tell you, I got a promotion. I can tell you I'm planning a trip, and I'm not afraid that you're going to sabotage that. So I don't want to walk on eggshells around my friends and creep around, because I'm not even like that, Naturally, I'm an oversharer. I choose where and what to share. But if you're in my innermost circle, my best friends, I tell them everything. They know everything about me, and I'm comfortable. So actually, I tell my inner circle my things. So if it comes out, I even know who said it because I know who I talk to. I know it's just a very small number of people. I mean, I can count them on here that I tell my innermost feelings and all these kind of things, you know. And that's the other thing. Just because you're friends with many people doesn't mean that everyone has to know your business. You know, you choose where you share and how you share. So my innermost circle, I've been lucky that I have people that I know I can 100% like trust and feel comfortable with and let go with. And I tell them everything. And we have that kind of relationship between us. I don't have to withhold anything. Because gosh, being in a friendship where you're withholding, what's the point, you know? So yeah, these are my thoughts on friendships and adult friendships, and this is how I'm navigating my friendships now as an adult. And also one thing that I'm going to add and probably wrap up this video because I don't want it to be so long, which it is already long, but it's to have grace on friends, on my friends. Sometimes I have not been the most graceful friend, in the sense of I sometimes have these expectations of my friends, and I feel a certain type of way when they don't deliver on those, and I think that's not fair. And you know, and then I have this way that I expect sometimes people to be, and you know, we're different. So I want them maybe sometimes to love me the way I love them. Not that in terms of amount on how much they love me. I know my friends love me because we just know. But maybe in how they love me and how they express some things, you know. And I could be petty sometimes. And so I've learned to be graceful. And I'm like, okay, if she wasn't able to do that, that's fine. Sometimes I'm not able to be the friend that maybe they want me to be. And that's fine. And we communicate and talk about these things. My best friend, me and her, we are both over communicators, so we communicate a lot. We talk every day, every single day, like morning to evening, we talk. I think she's the person I talk to the most because I don't even talk to my sisters or my brothers like that, because anybody got time for that. But we have that kind of relationship. And there are days she goes silent and I'm like, I'm feeling the distance and I'm feeling your silence, and it's rubbing me a certain type of way. And in my mind, I'm like, come on, she's probably going through something at this moment and she could use some space. It happens to me, by the way. There are times I just don't feel like being too interactive like that. I need a little time out, and she'll understand. We may not even talk about it, but she'll feel my you know, she'll feel it and she'll know. So yeah, so I think we can be more graceful to the people we love and to our friends, and to be the friends we want to be. This is very important. For me, I feel like people who say I've never had a good friend, I don't trust people, I don't have a good circle, I don't trust women, it's because maybe you yourself, you're not being that friend that you want them to be. You cannot expect someone to be a friend that you're not able to be. It's not fair, but it doesn't even work like that. I feel like it's very, very, very reciprocal. Like you have to give, you have to expect what you're ready to give, and vice versa. So that's another way of navigating adult relationships, adult friendships. You need to be in a space where you are the person that you want the other person to be. But yeah, other than that, I feel like I've really enjoyed my adult relationships, my adult friendships. I've been lucky because I know very many people who tell you they don't have a circle of friends. I have people who I know would do anything for me and I'll do the same for them. I have people who I can tell anything and everything without hesitation, and it's the same for them. I have people, God, who I know would take care of my children if, God forbid, anything happened to me or to them, or to, like, I know they would fill in that gap like this, you know. And to have that reassurance is amazing. It's amazing. But again, we continue to try to be better friends, and to attract, and because when you're a better person, you attract better people. So if you're having trouble making friends, one, check yourself and see if there are things about you that maybe attract the wrong kinds of people. And then also, friends are like romantic relationships. It happens for some people, it doesn't happen for some, it takes longer for some. Some meet people and they break up and meet new ones. So take it easy, you know, take it easy. You'll feel the energy. I'm so big on energy, by the way. When your energy is not right with someone, trust me, your guts will tell you. So some friendships are not meant to be. There is someone here in Milan who was my friend. To me, we were friends and we were growing something. And then she went through this thing and she cut me off just like that. And up to now, in her mind, probably I wasn't a good friend. Yet on my side, I felt like I was being a friend. But maybe we weren't aligned. We were meant to be friends for a season, and that season passed. And, you know, now we're just someone I used to know. She's just someone I used to know, and I'm just someone she used to know. So I think also friendships have seasons. There are some friendships that I've had, and I know that in this season of my life, we wouldn't be aligned. And there are some friendships that came right on time. My best friend, she came right when I needed that kind of person in my life. I was a new mom. She was a mom to young kids. And we were living out here. We just, everything in our lives was just aligning. And then there are also friendships. We've outgrown each other. No one has hurt the other person, but the friendship just drifted. And that's fine, guys. That is fine. That is fine. You don't have to feel bad and cling on to relationships because, oh my God, we've known each other since we were 13. Well, you were 13 at that time. Your needs were different. Now you're 32, you're 35, and your needs are different. And what you require from a friend in this point in your life is different. So yeah, I know I have gone on and on and on about different things, but if any part of this video clicked with you, or if you have something to say about adult friendships, making friends, growing into friendships, and friendship politics, basically, please share it down in the comment section. I would really love to hear that. And yeah, I'm big on friendship. So if it means making another video of this type with maybe questions or maybe, I don't know, any other thing we can talk about, I'm up for it because I'm big on friendships. And to all my friends, I love you guys, but you know that already because I tell you all the time. So enjoy your friendships, guys, and see you in the next video. Ooh, it's getting cold. I need to get into the house. Bye. Mwah.